What's up, YouTube world? Jake here, episode 7, continuing the countdown of my favorite Warrick Dunn cards. Today we're going to focus on the year 2001. This is the last year he was with the Bucks. Year 5. I'm guessing after this he had to chase some money and that rookie contract was expiring, so he found another opportunity in Atlanta, which, if you know anything about Warrick, actually panned out for him because he now has a small stake of ownership in the Falcons. So, cool story. Cool fact about Warrick. 1997 through 2001 is when I watched him the most, so those are the years I collect the most. So this will be the last segment by year that I go over. However, I'll probably do one more with the outliers, the few things outside of the main 5 years that I collect. But here we go for today. We're doing 2001, and this is our first entry. This is the 2001 Score, the franchise insert. Why did I keep this? I was narrowing down the collection, and there are just certain cards that stand out. This has a beautiful foil. It's got the blue and the red stars, kind of an America vibe. Nice big Bucks flag over it and a good pose work. It's just a beautiful card. Odds on it are 1 in 35 packs. There are 31 players in the set, so it's 1 in 1,085 packs just to get the player you're looking for. It's not easy to find, but it's also not one of the hardest. Just a cool, beautiful card, one I love and glad to have in the collection. Next, number 9. So this is a release that comes out frequently, or came out frequently, and then they redid it when Panini took over. So this is one of my favorite designs. This is the 2001 Pacific Crown Royal, the platinum blue parallel at a 75. Now, he has a lot of Crown Royal cards, and a lot of them have the same crown design in the background, and I love all of them. It's one of my favorite card designs of all times. I love the die cutting. It's unique. I chose to keep this one because it was the lowest numbered parallel. It's one of my favorite releases. He just has a lot. So this is the one I wanted to represent. It's hits all the boxes. Cool, good pose, and low numbered. That will be number 9 in the countdown. I'm going to stick with Pacific for number 8 as well. Here we go. Another cool design by Pacific. This is the 2001 Pacific Prism Atomic. This is the blue parallel at a 29. Another one that I just love the design. It's die cut, another big Bucks flag. The red background matches well with the Bucks colors. Did decide there were multiple parallels, so I wanted to go with the lowest one, and this one was at a 29. It's one I wanted represented in my collection. I just don't need all the different parallels anymore, so I usually either try to go with my favorite or the lowest number. Most of the time it's the lowest numbered unless there's one that just stands out aesthetically. All right, we are at number 7. Another unique one. This is the 2001 Playoff Absolute Memorabilia Tools of the Trade at a 125. Now, why did I keep this one? Or why do I showcase this one? In the late 90s, early 2000s, relics were abundant. Game worn, like they're not today, so that was a lot cooler than they are today, but they were abundant. With Warrick, there's a lot of single color swatches you can get. There's a few that stand out with multicolors, which I do prefer. And then there's things like this, which have a piece of his face mask, a game-worn piece of face mask. It's just a little bit different. With all the different relics from that era, a lot of them just blend together for me. Having one that's a little bit different, a different part of the uniform, really stands out. So that's why I wanted to show this one off at number 7. All right. This is a parallel that made an appearance in the 2000 video. This is the 2001 version. This is the 2001 Donruss Elite status at a 28. Now, if you watch that last video, you'll know that Elite did a status and an aspirations. If you add up the print run of both of them, it will equal 100. Now, the status is numbered to the player's jersey, so Warrick is 28, and then his aspirations would have been at a 72. Now, if you had a player like a Warren Moon, who was number 1, then you would have had the status would be a 101, and then the aspirations out of 99. So hopefully your player isn't too low, and if he is, hopefully you already have that because they're not easy to find. But out of 28, I like things that are Warrick's jersey number or below. It's a beautiful card, another cool die cut, nice shine, just one that I love having in the collection. I think I have at least 3 years from his Bucks days. Not so much on the Falcons days. They are cool, but I can't collect everything, and I have other interests. Love this card. I'm glad to have it in the collection. Now this one's really cool. Pacific seems to be a lot in 01 for me. All right, what is this? This is the 2001 Pacific Canvas Impressions. Now this is the shadow parallel at a 25. The really, really cool thing about this, if you hold it in hand, it feels like a canvas. Like it would be a painting. I think it's they just printed on it. It's not painted, but it feels, it's got that canvas feel to it. And I've even seen people take them and roll them up, and it doesn't damage the card. It's not like cardboard where it'll crack. It's a weird thing. It's super cool. The texture's cool. It's just one of my favorite cards. I like unique and I like low numbered, so this definitely hits that. The picture is Warrick slashing with a sea of bodies behind him. I can't imagine the mayhem that just took place, that he's rushing around. Just awesome card. Love this. I still stand by Pacific made some really cool stuff, but they don't get the love that they deserve yet. Hopefully they will. That's one of them. Now, some of their stuff wasn't great, but that one was one of my favorites from that era. All right, so we go to a little more shine. A little golden shine. This is the 2001 Bowman Chrome Gold Refractor at a 99. I'm glad they stuck with the gold refractors. I know 1999 Finest was really cool. Bowman Chrome is just beautiful. This set is, in my opinion, one of my favorite sets because it has a lot of cool rookies in it. It has LaDainian Tomlinson. It has Chad Johnson. And I do believe there's Mr. Drew Brees in there as well. I might be mistaken. I'm pretty sure all of those are in it. But I love it. Having the gold parallel, I know I'd love to have the Chad Johnson for the other PC. It's just awesome. It's beautiful. It's classic early 2000s, late 90s gold. Just better than anything they do today, in my personal opinion. Love this card, and that will be number 4. Number 3 is another classic parallel. This is the 2001 Fleer Ultra Platinum Medallion out of 50. Platinum Medallions are always beautiful cards. The way that they kind of gray out, platinum out the background so you get a focus on the player. Warrick's making an awesome little slash there. Now, one thing about this year, they number them different almost every year. This year was out of 50, so it's a little bit lower than some of the years. It's just a really cool card. Beautiful photography. Ultras, the Fleer Ultra brand just did great with photography. It's funny, Stadium Club gets a lot of recognition for photography, but these early Fleer Ultras are hands down some of the best photos in football cards from that era that I've seen. That'll be number 3. That's a classic. I've almost got the full run of Platinum Medallions. I think I'm missing 2000, if that's right. I had some Falcons ones, but those, I'll let those go to pick up some things that I wanted more from the Bucks years. All right, so number 2. Now, I have to admit, I have bought this card. I just don't have it in hand. I wish I could show it. I will show a picture here in a second. But it's in transit, we will say. When I was going over the 2001, I remember this had been on my watch list for a while, and I finally pulled the trigger. So get ready for a little shine. This is the 2001 Leaf Certified Materials Mirror Gold. Now, I'm a big fan of the mirror gold parallels. They're beautiful shine. These are out of 25. It's a great image of Warrick. I don't know why I didn't have this. This was on my watch list, and I pulled the trigger today. I will hopefully have that in hand in a few days, but until then, I will just look at this picture and enjoy. Leaf's another one of those brands that I don't think gets the love that it should. The Mirror Gold was revolutionary. That's what they're known for. Even into the mid 2000s, I like the Mirror Golds. I like to pick up Chad Johnson's when I can, but I'm trying to keep that PC to a minimum because I have work being my main, and then I have a lot of other interests. But the Mirror Golds are one of my favorite parallels that don't quite get the recognition that they should. All right, so my favorite card from 2001, and I would call this a really nice card, is right here. Yes, that is. It is a 2001 Fleer Showcase Masterpiece 1 of 1. Now, I have quite a few 1 of 1s, but this is technically my only masterpiece. Now, Fleer Showcase, not to be confused with Flair Showcase, is what they started doing in the 2000s. I believe 2000 there's Fleer Showcase. 2001 they stayed with the Fleer Showcase, and it's just beautiful. Purple, pinkish lettering, cool image framed. It's almost got that canvas type material like the Pacific canvas impressions. And then Warwick slashing. It's almost like he's running like the Flash. He's going so fast that, all you can see is his outline. And then they paused it real quick. Avant-garde. This is one that I'm surprised I have. I saw it on eBay, and it was a little out of my price range, and I kind of wrote it off. And then I got a message from the seller, and I was surprised. I'm like, I guess having the name Warrick Dunn PC kind of helps in that, so it made sense. And he offered it up, and I'm like, hey, I'd like it. I don't. At the time, I wasn't into 101s because they just seemed too unattainable. I think I had one, but I didn't want to spend a bunch of money on a 101 when there were multiple cards that I could get with that money. I was like, it's a little out of my range, but thank you for showing me. I kind of had it in my head that was going to be a screenshot card. I'll never own it, but it's cool. Then, I don't know, a month or two goes by, and he's like, I get the message from the same guy. He's like, hey, I know you collect Warrick. I know this is going to the right home, and I just want you to have it. Here's what I can sell it for. So he sold it to me for a fair price. I'm super happy I did, and it will be one of the cards I keep long term for Warrick. Even as I pare down, this one will be near the end of the list if it ever goes anywhere. It may not ever go anywhere. I'm just happy to have it. It's my only 1 of 1 masterpiece, technically a masterpiece. I have other 1 of 1s, and I just love this card. So that does it for 2001. It's not as exciting as the 90s. As the 2000s went on, there was a lot of parallels. There were a little less unique. I had a buddy that, he was collecting, and he said he would just buy whatever parallel he wanted just to have a representation of the card. That's a good way to do it, if you don't want to spend a lot of money. Unless there's a significant difference, I would probably say that's the safe route. Sometimes there is a significant difference, but a lot of things that, like the Crown Royal, there's, I don't know, 4 or 5 different options, and you can get them for really cheap. The Atomic, 4 or 5 different options. I like low numbered stuff, less than 50 if possible, or iconic stuff, or unique stuff, like the tools of the trade, the face mask. So that's kind of my route. Warrick's my main PC, but if you just like the card and want a representation, it's easy to do. Well, that's all I got. I will continue down this path the best I can, but thank you for checking it out. That was 2001, and until next time, later.